everybody, places, resume your position.
We're on RP pause right now. Everybody get back in your places.
Everybody resume their position.
Everybody, it's RP pause right now.
We're still on pause, right?
Well, what about the people that weren't here before? Like, did they know this is happening?
No, not
people who weren't here got to wait outside.
Yeah, because
we're still on pause. You guys seen the new Valorant update? Astrid buff.
No one. You see? You see what I said, Peters? I told you. You heard what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I thought we was on pause.
Peters, the continuity's been breached. Leon changed.
No, dude.
He has to be here.
Leon, go.
I gotta go. I got survival. I gotta help Andy with something.
How long?
For 6 hours.
What? Like you gotta go like right now?
Yeah, she needs my help.
Meech, you fucking suck now.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you're all over places right now, bro. Like, what are you doing?
I got it. I swear to God, she needs my help.
Come on,
5 minutes. I spent all the time. I spent all this time.
We literally just reset up the exact places.
Yeah.
Viv is about to drop T on me.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Come on, dude.
All right. We're changing the continuity. He was wearing this the whole time.
Yeah,
okay.
Getting ready to go to
So
who wants to do the action thing?
Nakota's got to be next to Viv. And places, lights, camera.
Line?
Line's ready.
Wait. Nakota wasn't here
You fucking suck
earlier.
at communication.
Yeah, Nakota was.
Nakota was.
Oh,
It
interesting.
says here,
Okay.
Viv, for you that you need to talk about how he didn't say anything about Plod's death or the announcement.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you're really pissed off, but I want you to really sell it this time.
Yeah,
Okay.
you didn't sound like you believed it last time.
Okay.
You sounded really like you need to sell it a little bit more. Maybe some tears, maybe some angry tears. You need to really sell this.
I'm sorry, you telling me to put more fucking emotion into it?
Yeah.
Yes,
He said there's something wrong with your
more
tone,
emotions.
Viv. He
What
said
it
there's
says
something
is
wrong with your
What's
tone.
my tone? Okay.
Hey, Kyle,
Denzel,
can you have
panel 1 emotions, okay? Panel
What?
1
What?
emotions.
Hold on, Kyle. Do you think you can have your YouTube guy put Meech in his sheriff clothes again?
Yeah, you can do that, and I'm gonna put
move.
Meech in the thumbnail, and it's gonna say Meech sucks at his job, and it'll be like the huge.
Okay, perfect.
Ready?
I'm definitely
I hate
copywriting that.
Okay, wait.
I'm
We're rolling,
copywriting that and getting the money
Okay,
for
wait.
that.
Oh, wait, this is it.
Wait.
Who here
I
actually
don't think
fucking hates me?
Alright.
Okay,
Big
perfect.
hands up on that one.
Okay,
Of course,
perfect.
it's the
Wait, who the
pajamas
fuck is
guy.
this
He fucking
guy?
It's pajamas. He follows
That's Bruce. He
Cassidy
was there
around
before.
and everything he fucking does.
Okay, Viv, you
Yeah, but
missed your
that's
line.
literally what you
Was
do
that
with
my line?
fucking.
That was-
that's
okay,
literally
hold
what you
on.
do with him.
My line is
That's not what I
communication
do. I'm
fucking
my own
sucks.
man.
Is that what it is?
I think it was something along those lines, but I go,
strong.
All right,
who
hold
here
on.
actually?
Pause. Everybody get it locked in. We need
Sorry,
to sell this energy. This is what
Everything I
this is
do
what
is
people
improv,
want.
man. I can't remember what I said, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
make it up, okay?
Okay,
All
perfect. Okay.
All right.
All right.
We're rolling and action.
Okay, who here? Raise your hand if you fucking hate me.
Big fucking hands up for me,
I've got
dude.
a fucking problem with you, Peters.
Is this about the Hannah thing?
No, it's not about the fucking Hannah thing. We had
Okay.
a fucking officer die yesterday, and you just didn't tell any of us.
No, that's okay. First of all, I wanted to make it an in-person thing, and I wanted to tell people in person because I feel like a text message about somebody dying is very impersonal.
Okay, I think it could have just been an MDT announcement, the same as everybody else does.
Oh my MDT
Again
announcement.
in a meeting.
The problem with an
I've got
MDT
random
announcement is
people
there's
telling me.
a current investigation going on because somebody was killed in the line of duty by another officer.
Okay, well, it's not even in command reports. It is now because I put it there if you would care to take a look.
Yes, thank you. I'll take a look. Thank you, Viv.
I suggest you take a look now.
Okay.
God bless Bobby Plott. He served the Los Santos great until his light. He was struck down in the line of duty by a renegade captain at a BCSO.
Hold on,
Cletus
Bobby Plott
Cornwood.
died
See what I
last
mean?
night.
Like, it's
Thank
that
you
kind
for
of
the
shit, man. Like,
communication.
this
Kind
is
of
why
stick to
people
this point.
just
If you
don't
would
like
like,
you.
if
He
you would
shot
like
him!
to,
Why?
You're
maybe
abrasive,
do that.
and you're
But I
annoying,
didn't-
and you're just
Thank
like,
you, Viv,
you're
whether
just like
the officer-
unlikable, man.
How?
Like, you're really just
How?
unlikable.
Let's go.
Viv, you're not-
So what have I
Viv,
done?
Your tone, the way you talk
Are you
to people,
saying that
the way
I'm
you
going to
act,
demote?
the-
We're going to demote you?
So let's be
Well,
specific.
because I've come flying. I
let's
knew
be
I was going to come
specific,
flying in
all right?
here and shouting at you,
Yeah.
Peters.
So I'm not going to.
I want to
demote
hear
you over that.
specifics.
two separate convos happening.
Okay,
I
well,
don't
This-
need to
I'm-
go into
I'm-
specifics with you.
You do, because you
Between
need
us,
to
I'm
You
not
got
really
promoted
immersed.
that
The
you got a
emotion
fucking
kinda-
complaint
Always
about an
Yeah,
EMS.
no.
Yeah.
EMS
rather have
was
you yell at me
complaining
in my
about you
face,
on
you
the
know?
day that
Well,
you got
that
promoted to
EMS is a
lieutenant.
no good snitch,
know,
motherfucker.
they-
Well,
Yeah, I
exactly,
call- I
because
call
you're a
that. I don't want you to
fucking
hold
jerk
back. I don't
off,
want you to
Vic.
hold
You
your
need to
emotions
understand
in,
that,
like
but I think
Sheriff
you
Cassidy, who
understand
then
that
blows
and you
up on me.
accept
I'd rather
it.
have you
Because
come
you
to me
I'm not a
fit right
immediately.
jerk
in with all the other fucking jerk offs.
I'm not a
It's just
jerk
a
off.
big fucking
I'm not gonna
jerk
lie, I
off
don't know how to
session, the
process
Here's
this.
the
LSPD.
thing. This is what you
This
got.
is-
You are a
my
jerk off,
feels
Vic.
right
If
now.
you
You need
really
to- I'm just
genuinely don't believe
angry.
you're a jerk off, there's no help.
I'm not
You're
a
literally
jerk off.
unsalvageable. Okay, well,
I'm not a jerk off.
then you're
Listen,
delusional, which
I'm
is
as
worse.
much of a jerk off as you are a piss poor under Sheriff Cassidy. We're neither
I mean,
one of
if
those
you think
things.
I'm a piss poor undersheriff, sure, but I built a department.
don't
What have
think
you
you're a
done?
piss
You
poor
beat people
undersheriff.
with
I think
fucking
Wait,
batons
built a
and then
really
fucking
good
brag about it
job
like a
of
fucking
Wait,
empowering
hold
useless guys
Wait,
like
this guy's saying he built a
Pajamas. Why-
department? Didn't they
Alright,
just
well, I apologize for coming in.
make
and
it a
fighting
home
with
for a
that.
bunch of
fucking
snakes and rats?
useless. Yes, Vic, I get it. Yeah, you
I'm
can
useless.
handle people out on the street, sure, but no
Oh,
one
100%.
likes
Alright, well,
you,
I
man.
appreciate that, thank
You
That's
give
fine,
the
I can live with
LSPD
that.
a bad rep because people
I don't
don't
think
like
so.
you.
All right, I'm gonna go back
What
down
am I
to the
supposed to
we
do
built-
about people I never met?
Okay,
Not
I'll be
like
down here in a
those
second.
We
outlaws.
build a
Yeah.
department. Maybe change who you are as a person and stop being such a cunt.
Okay,
all
hold
the
on a
time.
second.
Can't do
Okay,
that.
so
I
I've
won't.
only
Well, I
Bruce.
mean, then you have to accept that no one's gonna fucking like you, and I'm gonna tell you to your face.
I think enough people like me. You know,
Bruce,
Yes,
didn't
the
you
people
ask
that
for
are
a job in the
exactly like
LSPD
you,
yesterday?
The people that are exactly like you, like
Beans
you.
like me. Cade's like me. Even Ventura. We're boys. We go out there, we fuck shit up together, we bond, and we have a good thing going. I respect those guys. I'll fucking do anything with Bean, Cade, and
Let's
Ventura.
keep
just
the
to name the
operators
people in
and
this
You
room.
security
can
out of this,
respect
please.
them as much
Let's-
as you want.
Right?
It doesn't matter.
They're good. They're good at their fucking job.
The
They're good to be
civilians don't
around.
respect you.
Fuck them. Who gives a
Those
shit?
are the people you're protecting. You
I am
dense
protecting them, but
motherfucker.
sometimes,
Well, hold on.
sometimes you need to de-escalate by calling someone
Hold
out.
on.
and
How
calling
about
them
you
a stupid
Technically-
de-escalate all of this happening within the departments by resigning and retiring?
Hold on. Technically, we don't
29.
protect. We don't have
Yeah, well,
any.
you're
We
shit.
don't have a civil duty to protect and serve.
So
by
what
the
do
way.
you do
That
this
was
for,
just-
Peters? Just to
that
have
was just-
power and be a cunt all
No,
the
no, no,
time?
I'm
I mean,
just- well,
congratulations. You're a fucking grade A asshole.
Again, I have not called you a
I don't
single
know how
name,
people
and
say
so
that.
far
But
I've
I am
been
calling you names. I am stooping to that level. I don't care.
subhuman,
Peters
high
and
grade
Vic are
asshole.
not good at
Subhuman, sorry. Okay,
politics
and
and
again,
winning
what have I done
arguments.
while I've been ass chief that has been trash?
Everything. I've went over it
Too
20
filled-
times.
filled to the
They
brim with
got
emotions.
baited
You like,
so
You
hard.
haven't
I
given
am
me a
emotional
Vic with his
because I
ego
care,
and
because
Peters
I
with the
care about my
ACDC.
people.
Hold on a second.
Because I
You
care
haven't
about
told
the
me
department.
one thing I've done as ass chief that has been fucked up.
I told you you promoted Vic Hanna. You've
That's
disregarded every single issue that has ever come up with him
He
because you
was
like
gonna
him.
die.
I can't help it if I'm just more qualified.
He was
than
gonna
most people.
die.
You're not more qualified.
So you're
Brother,
saying
I'm
I
more
should have let? Hold on a
qualified
second.
than you.
Hold on.
You're
So you're
not
telling me
because
you're telling
a
me
fucking cunt,
I need to
man.
not
What don't
value-
you understand? You're inept. You're fucking literally stupid,
You're
and
inept.
you're fucking
Okay,
mean
Stop
and
calling him
aggressive
names,
all the
Hannah.
time.
Hannah, stop.
Yes,
stop.
sir. Yes,
Stop
sir.
calling him names, okay? We're not gonna call him names, okay? You know what, Cassidy? I don't know what the fuck I did to piss you off. You still haven't given. You told me I promoted Hannah. Okay, has anyone in here had an
You
issue with
promoted
Hannah?
how many fucking times? How many times? I'm literally not gonna go over it again because we've been talking in
I
circles
said
30 fucking times.
no. I said while I've been the ass chief, what have I
think
done?
He just wants to leave to stick his nose up the mayor's of Sandy Shaw's ass. That's all.
Still
he
haven't done me.
does.
You
That's
still
what
haven't.
you guys have
him
been
and the
doing
sheriff
with
follow her
Nino. You
around
guys have been
like she's
gifted
the
this by
fucking queen
Nino.
of England.
Huh? Wait,
You've been
why are you using my name?
this. You've been
Yeah, we
gifted
talked
it.
like once
Gifted
or
what?
twice.
What did I gift them?
Don't fucking
What
talk
did I
about
gift them?
Andy.
Who
Leave her
cares?
name
What
out
did
of your
I gift
mouth.
them,
She has
Cassidy?
done nothing, you stupid
Hey,
Hold,
motherfucker.
Cassidy,
listen,
life
hey,
isn't fair.
hey,
I don't know if you
hey,
know this.
No. Peters, hold on.
No, it's just
No,
it's
no,
the
no.
same shit.
Cassidy,
It's
go
the
ahead.
Same
What
shit.
were they gifted?
You gifted Peter's ass
How?
because he was on your radar.
I told Daisy.
he was somebody that you wanted there, and you
Okay,
made Daisy
shut
pick
up.
him. Don't fucking lie.
I didn't lie. I will swear on God. I told
I don't care.
Daisy.
You probably, I don't care
I
if
don't
you
believe
swear
in
on
God. Okay. I will put my entire mayorship
I don't
on
care.
the
I don't
following
think you care
statement.
about
You
that
don't care
either.
about
I don't
logic.
think you
Okay,
care about
keep talking
anything.
over me. Where do you? We don't even speak. So where do you get this from? This information.
Just
Motherfucker would be a
everything.
Where do you
great
get it
host
from?
on The
Continued-
View.
Where
it's
do you get
vitriol
it from?
because
Just
coming
yap,
from the
yap, yap.
South
Give me a fact.
nonstop.
Fact.
It's just nonstop.
Give me a fact. What's nonstop?
It's just nonstop.
Asking for evidence, proof.
You're just
where do you get
picking
your
and
information?
prodding all the
Where
time,
do you get
man.
your
I'm
information?
Not going through
You
everything.
don't answer questions.
Everybody, man. Everybody
Listen,
that talks
everybody
about
what?
it.
Okay,
Cite
so
your sources.
who specifically?
Literally everybody.
Okay,
man.
so everybody, so you just hear things and take it as fact? So I'm
No, I don't
asking,
just hear things and
how
take
do
it
you
as
know?
fact, you know?
How do you know? How are you disqualifying a private conversation between me and Daisy, in which Peter was taken off the list due to a situation that may or may not have happened?
Oh, I don't believe it.
Okay, so where did you get the information from? What leads you to believe this to have happened?
I just don't think that Daisy and
don't
Peter's
think what?
views
Based
align.
on what? Based on
the
what?
conversations that I have had and how
Okay.
much Daisy has
So you
agreed
just hear
with
shit.
how we act.
So now
and
let's
how-
go to the
how
next thing.
Peters has
You're
reacted.
worried about
Stop talking
dead
over me.
cops.
Stop being a motherfucker.
No, I'm sorry. I'm doing
Don't
exactly
do that.
what you're doing.
Don't do to me
Don't
what
do-
you're complaining about
don't-
me doing
okay,
to you.
go ahead.
Okay?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, his investigative skills are
Vic,
pretty
shut the fuck
lackluster
up.
there, man.
Go ahead, Cassidy.
I'm done now.
Okay. So this entire argument that you guys had, which I was not a part of, we're dealing with some other shit, all right? But you called Peters here a bunch of nasty shit, all right?
I did.
While taking the high road of like, you know, these guys are
not taking the high
unlikable.
road.
Well, it is
Not taking the high road.
when you listen. It's called the high road when you say a bunch of ad hominems to them and then say that these guys are unlikable. When you're acting purely on
I am
emotion.
saying that I am stooping down a level because I've reached the point that I cannot take it anymore.
You crashed out
and
on
I'm
him
not
3
gonna
weeks ago.
accept it. That was light. That was light. That was something slight.
Because the besties were playing with your toy.
Oh, it's because you were being a motherfucker.
What? What? How?
You were sitting up there
Oh,
speaking to
shit.
criminals while I was actively trying to stop the crime from being
Speaking
committed.
to criminals?
Yes, they're
Didn't you just
criminals
get done
when they're
telling-
committing criminal actions.
Okay,
Nino.
am I a cop?
I know you're
Am I a
fucking
cop?
a sympathizer for criminals,
There
and
it
that's
is.
fine.
There it is.
You can sympathize with them. I do
There it
too.
is.
Okay, but if they're committing a fucking crime,
Yeah.
they're a criminal.
What was the crime?
You know, they were working as toll booth operators, and they were not allowed.
Oh,
the
they
legislation
were
was in
working
play.
at toll.
They were robbing people.
They
We
were
had
playing with your
reports that they
toy.
were
I
robbing-
got you.
It was not playing with the toy.
They were playing with your toy.
I mean, you're playing with the LSPD like it's a fucking toy.
Okay, can you substantiate that?
I mean, look at the
Look
department,
at what?
man.
Yeah, give me a fact.
Hold on.
Give me a fact.
What have I
This
done?
is
What
the
have I
problem,
not
Cassidy.
done? Is ask
Here's
Chief.
the
What have
thing.
I?
Let's
told
dial it
you,
back.
you're
This
a
is
break-
about a cop dying, and you're
It's not
crying.
about a
Yeah,
cop
it
dying.
is about a cop dying.
No, it is not.
It's
not.
It was because the fact of the matter is, I just got done dealing with a situation. I saw that Peters needed to drink his coffee. The guy just woke up. You're apparently looking through his shit, and then freaking out on him, saying all kinds of nasty shit to him.
Just woke
and
up.
then
He called me fucking 2 hours ago. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do
that's
know.
just waking up. I
Yeah,
still hadn't
some
had my
people
coffee.
I know,
Okay,
Cassidy.
so if it
I
takes
know
you 2 hours
I-
to wake up, I mean,
because
that's
some
on
people
you,
are in the
bro.
city for 12
It
hours,
is on
14
me.
hours a day. You know what I mean? Like if you show up once in a while,
And,
Listen,
you
I'd-
know,
I'd
I'm
like
here
you to
5
would
days a week,
understand where
buddy.
it's coming from.
I'm here
Gentlemen,
5 days a
gentlemen.
week.
Cassie,
All right.
I need to point something out to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care, Vic.
You have no moral high ground to stand
There's
on. in
no
any
moral high ground,
argument
and I don't
about
want it.
Here, let me finish.
Yeah.
You have no moral high ground to stand on anything. You didn't give a fuck about the brain dead call that Jimbo made in the barrio
Yes,
that
I
got
did.
Blackwell killed.
Yeah.
You didn't
I
give
did.
a fuck about. You clearly
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about Cornwood executing one of our officers.
Yeah.
All right, but if the roles
Yes,
were
I
reversed
do.
and someone said Vic Hanna accidentally discharged and killed fucking Austin Bean, who's a fantastic deputy and a sergeant in your department, you'd be all up in
I
arms about
wouldn't
it.
call you guys and say the
If one of
LSPD
our
killed one of the
officers killed one
BCSO.
of yours,
I can't
I
believe
would
this
care
shit.
just as much,
I would not
Cassidy,
do that.
as if it was the other way
But
around.
you
That's the
know
difference
I
between me
wouldn't
and you.
do that. And if you say that I would call the LSPD if that happened and the roles were reversed,
Then
and I
what
would
are
have
you doing?
talked the way that Peters
What are you
and
doing
Daisy
about it?
spoke to me, it
What are
would
you
have
doing?
never fucking happened.
So what
I
are you
would have
doing
came
about
to
it?
them like a fucking adult and talked to
so,
them about
let's-
it.
How are you
let's-
gonna-
all right,
wait,
so
what?
are you doing about
You
it?
just crashed out on Peters when he was trying to have an adult
Okay,
conversation with you.
Because I reached my fucking limit.
Hello.
Hey,
If anyone
pause.
in this room is not fucking high command and BCSO, get into the meeting room.
Thank you. You know, that's the first time that guy addressed me.
Okay.
Peters, I got one more thing before I leave.
Yeah, what's that?
Your mustache is fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce! Bruce, I'm gonna ban you out of my fucking county too!
I'd like to see you
All
try,
right.
sir.
Yeah.
I have
Can
no
I go
problem
now?
beating the shit out of Bruce.
Well, I mean,
Calm down,
You
Vic.
wouldn't because you're aggressive,
Bruce-
but you're a little fucking man. You're a pussy,
brother, like,
Vic.
listen,
Bruce,
Cassidy,
you're
look,
talking to
look, I know
I'm
you
not here
feel.
for
Brother, get the fuck out of my
just
face, so I
listen,
will
just
beat the shit out of
You're a
genuinely.
fucking coward.
Look,
Stop.
look,
Hannah, no,
I just
Bruce,
genuinely want to ask, just
Bruce, come here.
Get this motherfucker
genuinely.
out my
Come
face
here.
before you get
Shut the
hurt.
fuck up, Vic.
Hannah, go back to your meeting.
Come
We'll
here.
deal with this.
Cassidy, genuinely, all right? What I'm trying to understand here is how is there an expectation for conversations to take place when everything
Because,
turns
Nino,
into yelling
You
without
aren't privy
someone,
to every
without,
conversation.
I,
okay? No, you're not. Let me
Okay.
speak real
Bring them
quick.
forward.
well, can I
Peter's
finish?
called
Can I
me.
finish and then say whatever you want?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is that how? Because this isn't specific to just your conversation and Peter's. All right, this is a systematic problem with conversations between two sides that think very differently about how departments should be run, how counties should be run, etc. How do you have a civil adult conversation when instead of listening to what the other side is saying and trying to understand their perspective, it very quickly turns into just
You're
ad homs?
because you are not privy to all of the conversations. Okay, I get a phone call from Peters, one of the first things in the
Yeah.
morning, accusing the BCSO of killing the LSPD in a tone that's accusatory and vile, basically vilifying us. Okay.
Okay.
I hung up the phone and basically let it fucking go.
Okay.
Daisy Moss calls me with, again, the same kind of vitriol that fucking Peters is spewing. And I said, how dare you fucking speak to me like that? I reached my fucking limit. If you talked to me and came to me and wanted, hey, suspend
Fuck
Cornwood
yo,
pending an
man.
investigation, which would have been done, fuck yourself, Vic, you stupid motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. Get out of the fucking room. How about that?
I'll stay
Get the
here.
fuck out of here. Get the fuck out.
Why don't you drag me out of here?
I will drag you out. I'll fucking
Go
trespass
for
you.
it.
Get the fuck out.
Do it.
Vic, get the fuck out.
Ask me questions.
Ain't leaving, brother. You have to get me out of here.
Vic, I'm gonna forcibly remove
Vic
you.
is not
You're not gonna
helping
fucking
this.
forcibly remove
Tell him
him.
to get the fuck out, Peters. Like,
No.
you get, I'll tell you to get out too. Get out.
Nope, nope. Because you know what? I tried to do this, and you said we can't ban you out of our county. So this is literally
This
what
is
you
my
asked
building, not the
for.
fucking
This is
county.
not your
Ain't
building. This is
This is
this
Andy
literally
Jones'
belongs
building.
to the government, bitch. I'm sorry.
I'll
Can you
start
show me the
drafting
deed
something.
with Cassidy? Can you show
Hold
me
on.
the deed that says
Oh my
Leon
God.
Cassidy owns this
Look,
building?
Look, hold on.
You guys are
Can
just-
I?
you guys are
Listen.
genuinely insufferable.
Listen,
Like, you
guys.
guys are
I
genuinely
really want
insufferable. Like,
Mortgage
you
is paying on this
you
building?
see what you do.
Look, I really
Like,
want to
you're
hear what
not
Cassidy has to
likable,
say here.
man.
I genuinely want to hear your response.
So Daisy called me, spewing the same shit that Peters was, demanding that Cornwood be suspended pending an investigation, and said that he's looking at manslaughter minimum.
Okay.
I said 100% he would have been suspended pending an investigation. That makes total and complete sense. An officer fucking died.
Yeah.
But you're not going to come at me and yell at me at on the phone and start saying the same shit Peters is saying and blaming the BCSO and vilifying us
Okay.
over hopefully what ends up being an accident,
Okay.
because there has been no investigation yet.
Here's
So I crashed out.
okay.
Then I find a document, a high command report by Peters, specifically targeting Vincent Ventura, who was
I'm
clearly
not
had
Hold on.
targeting
Hold on. Let him
him.
talk. Let him talk.
Okay. all
who
right.
is specifically targeting Vincent Ventura, which with something he explicitly told us that he wanted to make do and make sure that there was no longer any of,
Okay.
which is PD high command reports about officers
Okay. Can
and
I?
about dossiers about them for high command review,
It's
so that we can pile up evidence.
Let
to
him say what he
do
has to say,
exactly
and then
what you're planning on
respond,
doing
Peters.
and forcing him out of the county.
okay.
You're
first of-
literally doing exactly
no,
what
the
you
whole
said that
hi-
you
okay.
did not want to do.
Let me know when you're done so I
You're
can talk.
bringing up stuff that happened 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever.
It's
Let me know when you're done so I can talk.
Okay, but you're interrupting me by saying that. In case you didn't realize.
Let me know when you're done
like
so I can
just
talk.
just keep talking.
So I called Peters about it, and yes, we started talking, and I fucking crashed out because genuinely I've had enough.
Okay.
I really have had enough.
So
if you really truly believe that the BCSO has been against you guys in the South since the inception of all of this, you guys are crazy.
okay.
Sure, maybe there has been a deputy, maybe there has been people here and there that have made comments. but I have swiftly shut them the fuck down, and so his bones. And still, you guys pick and fucking prod and push at everything we fucking do up here.
Okay.
And always have something to say about every minor little motherfucking thing when you guys don't even hold yourselves accountable.
Okay. So,
which is clear by the way Vic Hanna has been promoted through the ranks, especially with several complaints. And if you are not accepting of that, that is just what your department wants to breed.
Okay.
And that is the kind of culture that you guys want by having Peters as the ass chief and Lieutenant Hanna running a shift.
Okay.
And if that's what you want, so be it.
Bro.
Go right ahead.
All right.
But leave us the fuck alone.
Okay.
Because we don't talk about you. We don't bring you up in the meeting. We don't care. We did not contest your legislation in the fucking South, which you guys had a connection about.
Yes.
okay.
We do not
I
care.
can't have got proof. But
a couple of deputies
let me
which have
clarify
every
that.
right
hold on.
to
I'll
dispute.
clarify that. I'll clarify it.
This is so beyond the point. Who cares about the legislation? This is a bigger problem.
I care because it all builds up. It's just building.
All right.
Because we genuinely,
What a fucking
truly,
victim.
truly fucking do not care. You're a fucking
now he's
victim,
done it.
Hannah.
Okay.
You're a fucking
I'm not-
pussy.
I'm not
You're
crying
a
in a
loudmouth
room.
motherfucker.
Listen, Cassidy, I know
and
you
you're
wanted to
just
talk, but
you're
it's been like 10
you're
minutes
just a
now.
bastard, bro. I can't stand you. I literally cannot stand you, Vic.
Okay, Cassidy, look, and Peters needs an opportunity to respond to all this, right? But I am gonna make an observation, is that I think a lot of what you're saying is true. I'm sure, but at the same time, it seems like you're conveniently ignoring all the other things that are happening on the other end, either because you're not being told or you're not believing it because of actual, like, you're right. There's probably, whether it's the hissing, whether it's the snake shit, you're hearing about this, and maybe that's making you think all the actual complaints aren't actually taking place.
But
and
any
so
complaint,
it's
I promise
not
you, is being heard. Any complaint. We're dealing with the Helen situation.
Okay, but
She's
let me,
suspended.
Cassidy,
The stuff that happened with
let me
Ventura.
just let me look. You had your chance to talk, right? Let me say my piece. Let Peters respond. All right. So, having been privy to some of this happening, right? I'm familiar with the hissing shit, right? Are you familiar with, like, during the funeral of 4 officers that Daisy and Peters made sure there was a funeral for? There was a lot of nasty shit taking place.
Do you want me to pop off on that, or
Can listen? Adults are
I'm
talking,
absolutely.
please.
I am very much aware
I'm an adult.
of
You
everything
told
that
me
happened
to
there.
share it.
And
Set up-
Hey, remember when it was going to be you? I'm going to try to play a bit of a middle ground here, and Peters is going to respond. Let's let that happen, please. All right. That what I'm trying to say here, Cassidy. All right. I'm sure there are things that have happened that you guys have taken, let's just say, a certain kind of way, but it's also happening with the LSPD. Whether it's you know what I'm saying? People, they're saying shit about you. You're saying shit about them. You're gonna hold the things said about BCLSO as more serious than, and vice versa. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's not that no one is targeting it.
But if it's happening, I am made aware, it is shut down immediately. I mean, you can ask anybody in here. There was people that were perpetuating it and wanted to be a part of this, like, you know, whatever, the divide between us. And we made sure to fucking crack down on that shit.
Okay.
Big time. Like, when I say it's not tolerated, I mean it is not tolerated.
Were Peach and Jeb not banned from
They
hissing?
were banned for very specific reasons.
Listen,
Peach,
look,
Carmine,
just so everyone is aware here, while I'm trying to keep it to the 3 of us, so it doesn't turn into a fucking shit show of 12 people putting their 2 cents in.
Well, okay, what's the goal of this conversation overall with all these people in here then?
You can get your debrief from Cassidy afterwards.
Well, why are you in here?
Like I said, you can get the debrief afterwards there, son.
Okay, why are you regulating a 2 PD discussion though?
Because they fucking... Okay, Nakota, because there was about 12 people fucking screaming in here. All right.
Yeah, I
on
agree.
both ends. So I'm trying to moderate it to a degree so it's not screaming and a little bit more understanding. And the more people that involve themselves with the screaming, there's going to be no progress.
Well, don't bring me up if you don't want me to talk.
Then let's
Oh
have
my
everyone
Lord, have
outside of the
mercy.
room beside
Okay.
Peters and Cassidy. Then
Jesus fucking Christ. You know, listen, look, I get you're not getting it, right?
I'm not getting it.
Oh my God. Nakota, where is the confusion here?
I'm curious what our end.
I
goal
understand.
Of this
Did you walk in
conversation
here
is.
afterwards?
After what?
Did you
That's
come
what
in
I
from
mean.
the
Simple-
side of
simple
this?
Nakota all of a sudden.
We're just saying, just fucking calm down, listen, and you can have your peace afterwards.
Right. I'm just looking for an answer to my question, though.
What is your question? You're asking for a fucking debrief when you can get it afterwards from Cassidy. How is it that difficult to understand?
What is the end
it's
goal
not
of
relevant.
this conversation?
What-
what
cannot-
we're trying to get out of this
Cassie-
conversation is not relevant? I'm so confused.
Are you intentionally dense?
He's
I'm thinking the
intentionally
same thing.
derailing the conversation.
Yeah, it's really just derailing what's happening here.
To
You're
be
asking
honest,
what is
stupid
happening?
questions.
well, here's what's happening. You're coming in with little context and kind of derailing
Yeah.
the entire
Yeah,
conversation.
just shut
Yeah.
the fuck up if you don't know what's going on, brother,
Yeah.
and then talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Appreciate you.
All right.
Hey, no problem,
All
Sergeant.
right.
Good job on that
I-
call earlier, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't even fucking know what the fuck we were saying just now. But Cassidy, what did you say? You asked the question.
Hey, what was Cassidy crying about?
Vic Hanna,
Vic,
dumb
please.
pussy.
Okay, I'm not holding you back.
Yeah,
Hannah.
let's have
I'm
Peters.
sorry. Listen, I'm not holding
Peters.
you. You were free to fucking say
Peters.
whatever you want at this point.
Peters,
I
have
don't
your
give a
piece.
fuck.
Listen.
I'll put it
the
on
issue
Quada.
is, okay, here's my piece. You haven't told me what I've done wrong as
But like
Ash
you
Chief.
won't see, like you won't.
Okay, this is back with the
disparage what
fucking
you just
talking
did
over
either.
everyone.
Yeah.
You're literally
you won't.
calling him a dumb pussy. I told him not to call
Hey.
you shit as soon
Hey,
as we walked
Peters,
in
He
here.
keeps piping up.
Peters,
Okay, and you
listen,
were talking
let
over- yeah.
Peters have his chance, and Peters, come on. Just Cassidy was calm. All right? You do the same.
Okay, first of all, you haven't told me what I've done wrong as Ash Chief. Was I selected? Did I have issues? Sure. Did I have, I mean, the,
I feel
the
like
whole
the
fucking
fucking
calling you guys
grandfather right now.
blaners and what else was there? What was the Star Wars name, Hannah?
Tuscan Raiders.
Tuscan
Star
Raiders.
Wars? What happened? What are we doing?
Yeah, well, I was calling them Tuscan Raiders with Hannah. And,
The sound they make. Yeah, the
yeah,
sound
so,
they make.
I mean, I was calling them that. That was brought up.
Wait a minute.
Moss then
I need to send this to
told me to
Pixie.
fucking knock it off. I stopped, okay?
I
I mean,
stopped as well.
I don't know what the issue is. I've done that, but outside of that, you totally trying to discredit everything that we're trying to do is kind of absurd. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the whole situation. You thinking that I'm just the enemy of the state and I'm trying to bring down your department. I don't know, like, if you're
Yeah, we don't give a
delusional.
fuck about you, brother. You just keep killing our officers.
I mean, the other.
But but that's not true because I hear shit nonstop. I hear shit about people that want to transfer because you guys don't get our fucking names
Why
out
don't
of
you
your mouth.
just confront
And
us
yes,
directly and
there's
have a
plenty
conversation?
because I don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. But when you guys just keep pushing, like, of course I'm just gonna like let
Yeah,
off at some point.
The problem is that Cassidy
You're
doesn't
gonna
see
let off
that
by
both
name
sides do
calling.
it.
You haven't addressed a single issue that
I
I've currently
have, but
done.
you've
As
totally
This
overlooked
is the
it,
same
of
type
course,
of stuff
because
you did
that's
with
what
the
you've done
investigation
completely.
into
Stop
that
hold
fucking
on.
over me,
woman I
Vic.
allegedly
Hey,
hit.
hold on, hold on, hold on. This was
woman,
meant
and
to
you
be
lied about
Peter's
it
time, right?
continuously.
He lied.
Cassidy,
I mean,
You did.
Cassidy was able to talk for 10 minutes without interruption. Let's have Peters do the same. And Peters, I understand you don't mind if Vic interjects, but if
I
you're
won't
not
interject.
able to get in your piece, then there will be no progress. Just for everyone, I am a therapist in training right
Thank you.
now
Well-
under Pixie Plum. So if you're wondering how I'm
Thank
able
you.
to do this
Oh,
so well,
Pixie.
I've been learning. So anyway,
So
please continue.
the fucking the master doc for Ventura is with current issues and complaints we've had with him. There is no intention of firing him. Okay, we still need to
Keep 'em
validate
out of the
every.
north or the south.
Right,
let
but, I
let
mean-
him talk. Let him talk.
Okay,
Keep
you
going.
know what? Fuck it.
Peters,
Fuck it.
just kind of.
No, fuck it.
No, don't crash out.
No,
Don't pull what
Peters,
he does.
Peters,
Tell him the
Peters,
shit.
Peters. Say your piece, Cassidy,
You don't
please.
get emotionally
He
charged
gave you.
like this
I'm
He
not-
gave.
I'm not getting
Vic, you
emotionally
too.
charged.
Listen,
It's-
look, Cassidy. You were given an opportunity. All right, I kept stopping Peters when he tried to interject. Please let him do the same. Let him just say his piece. Even if you disagree, you have an opportunity to say your response afterwards.
I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's like literally everything that was brought up was before was the ass chief, with the exception of Vic Hanna. And it's kind of like at that point, okay, I get it. You don't like me. I'm subhuman. I'm a pussy. You think I'm always projecting. There's all this other stuff. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The reality is 2 LSPD officers died at the hands of BCSO. That's the end of it. I mean, if you don't like the way I'm phrasing it, I'm sorry. That's what happened.
Yeah, but that's not how you called me, and let's not pretend that's how you called me, because you didn't call me like that. You did not have that energy, and you did not try to speak to me like that. So don't pretend like that's the case.
I'm not pretending about anything.
And I brought up, I think that you overlook a lot of the shit that Hannah does because you like him, and I think that's fucking stupid.
Hannah, have you been dapped for the shit you've done?
No, because I haven't done anything.
No, you guys didn't even punish him for the fucking lady thing, which I proved he lied about, which he was going to supposedly get fired for.
I didn't lie about that. She got on the bike, I knocked off the bike. She got on the bike again, I knocked off the bike. I went to court about it and won already against the other guy, Ali O'Farrell, that said I hit him too. I didn't hit none of them.
Real quick, I'm going to put it out there that, Hannah, you were dapped.
He's been dapped, you know, since he's been, I mean, the thing is like, you're like, we're not punishing him. How many times have you had issues and you've been brought in by Moss and I and talked to about shit? How many times have you been dapped in the past by officers?
I only had
that's who you're promoting, and he got a fucking. What? He literally had a complaint from an EMS, a respected EMS, on the day of his promotion.
Okay.
I mean, it's just not logical. Like, really, how does that make you look?
So
like,
you say a complaint. So here's the thing, right? What you're doing here right now is piss poor police work. You're saying that because I have a complaint, you've never called me up.
It's not piss poor police work because there's a track
It's 2
record.
seconds. Well, then how come you don't call me, say, hey, Hannah, let's have a sit down and talk about this shit? All right? You want to know what was happening when I called those EMS snitches? All right? The guy was telling them, hey, I need to make sure I get this medical shit so I can fuck this guy over. And they were like, okay, yeah, fuck him over good. You know what I mean? So then, okay, I was like, okay, these fucking EMS are fucking snitches. I was fucking joking with them. All right? But just like what I've learned about the BCSO and the EMS is that even if I make a little jab trying to be friendly with people,
but people don't
it's
think you're
interpreted
funny
the worst.
because you're not funny, because you're mean,
guess what?
bro. Like, you have to understand that jokes are lighthearted, but you're not a lighthearted person. You're a fucking you're an asshole. No.
How come you never pull me aside for all these numerous complaints I have?
I talked to your command about it, and they don't want to do anything about it.
How
So what the fuck am I gonna do?
Well, I mean, to be fair, hold on.
I can't punish you.
To be fair, you're talking about a man that calls him subhuman, which is literally fucking crazy. He calls them a pussy, talks down to him, tell them they're inept. I mean, I don't know. It's like, you know, this whole thing about
me.
Yeah, so the whole thing about practice what you preach is kind of fucking null.
I'm not practicing what I preach, bro.
I mean,
that's again, you're talking about what culture
because you pissed me off. What culture do you want to? What culture are you trying to breed inside of your department?
I don't do that to people. I did it to you.
You just so you are doing it to people. I mean, so that and on top of it, you did it in front of a bunch of your officers as well. So what are you trying to?
They deserve to hear this shit. They genuinely do.
But
they genuinely do.
Wait,
no, they were not.
Is this actually happening?
Okay. I mean, well, I came up here and you were
he's
popping off
complaining about all these things and saying, but I can
of
do it because
3-4 officers.
Insert excuse.
Yeah, I did.
This is no way. This is real.
That's the culture you want to breed in your department.
I want the people in my department to know that I'm fucking sticking up for them when you guys are being fucking.
Hold on a second. To me, which again, the officers in here, Bean, do I have any issues with you? You are 100% fucking in the clear to answer 100% honest.
Okay.
I don't think you have any issues with me personally, no.
Okay, Ventura?
If you have issues with me?
Do you have any issues with me?
I don't have issues with you on a personal level. Sometimes I don't agree with stuff you do.
Okay.
Oh, with you? Yeah, same answer.
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say by going off and doing all this shit about like things, the way you want to see people act, and then also doing it in front of people that have absolutely zero issue with me, that I have zero problems with on duty. In fact, I think Ventura and fucking Bean are great. Bean steps up in fucking shift 1. He's a fucking staple. And I mean,
he's amazing. He's fantastic.
Okay, so what are you trying to,
I just told you. I literally just told you. I reached my limit, so I insulted you, and I don't regret it because I think you deserved it.
What did I do to deserve it? You still haven't
they
answered.
Can hear me. How many? Literally, how many fucking times?
You are saying shit that I did while I was in your department.
This is like
and I was
arguing with a
the
child.
Loki
Is
situation,
the problem?
the way you handled the Bell situation,
the Bell
just
situation.
The way you police and what you
hold
allow.
on a second. Let's talk about the Bell situation because
if I can,
actually,
I want to
need to
interject and ask a question. Just so I understand, do we want to call a mass meeting for this? It sounds like we want people to hear this.
I'm going to
probably
survive.
not. It's not good for morale to have a mass meeting like this because
it is not. It is not. I mean, this is fucking.
Okay, well, all right. I'm not going to be, as I mentioned earlier, this is, I am working under Pixie, and, even when I do get licensed, it is paid and covered by the state. So if anyone needs therapy, please feel free to, call me once the licensing completes.
Hey, listen,
right.
It's clear your ass chief has a problem with me, but when he says that there's a bunch of complaints about me and doesn't try to get my side of the story, doesn't it kind of look like he has an inherent bias?
Well, I don't know.
hate to tell you.
I was just made aware of a document about a bunch of complaints brought forth about me that I've never heard about. They're pending the decision whether or not I will be banned from being patrolling the South. So, whenever those complaints are to be brought to me for context, I'm more than happy to talk about them.
Shit.
And clear up any bias that might be stemming from them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about it, brother.
Yeah.
Are you talking shit about the mayor on Twitter?
Yes, when he's doing dumb shit, which is my freedom to talk freely.
Have you been talking shit during a funeral with your 4 dead cops?
I'm asking.
Hold on, Cassidy, please.
Yes or no?
Can you please answer?
Since we're doing the
Ventura,
one
can
by
you answer
one
the
talking,
question?
Well, you don't want to answer the question. I think it answers
I'm answering the
itself.
question.
Yeah.
I'm answering the question.
Okay.
Is it my turn to talk to you now since you're moderating this?
Yeah, that's why I am silent.
Passing moderation.
I'm moderator. I'm moderator now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this what tonight's gonna sound like?
Can I get the talking stick?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Is this what CBS is gonna?
I personally don't give a shit, Ventura.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me get
hold on.
Great to do on drinking that.
Somebody give the chief their baton so we could have talking sticks out. Okay, you're gonna pass your baton back to the chief,
the mayor,
or to the mayor. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So,
Go ahead.
okay, never mind.
Freudian slip.
So, was I talking shit to Nino on Twitter? Yes, for sure was. Would you like to know why, or is this like in court? You asked a specific question. I give a specific.
It's between you and the mayor right now. So
would you like me to
explain?
I personally don't give a fuck.
He's got the stick. He's got the stick.
Yeah. Oh, you can pass it to me. You have just handed me government equipment, Ventura.
Yes.
Did you think that was a good idea?
Yes.
Why?
You're a government worker.
You're currently under arrest, Ventura. That was a test.
Yeah.
Wait, can you be an arrest, Nino, for having possession of government equipment?
I was handed it mechanically.
Mechanically.
Yeah.
When people hand me stuff, I can't help but
if you
grab
press
it.
charges, it's power gaming.
Yeah, that's what
Is there a charge for that?
That's a problem with the BCSO.
Yeah.
They don't
there
understand
is.
Jesus
that.
fucking Christ! You see this?
Yeah, I talk shit. What's wrong with me talking shit?
Yeah. So.
Who's got the stick right now?
I mean, most of this conversation's a bit irrelevant because of the following. Peters is still working on something. All right. I don't know why. Transparently, because I was in the car when he was in a chase. This guy literally is waking up like I am, drinking coffee. He spent like 2 minutes on something and everyone's up his ass. So
I just finished my coffee.
Before the guy can finish his shit and answer questions, should probably let him do that.
Am I supposed to have an answer to that, or
no?
Not really. I'm just saying this is like a pointless topic, to be honest.
Okay.
I just brought up the fact that whenever people want to ask me about or talk to me about said complaints that are being brought forth, I will more than willing to talk about them in full transparency.
Okay.
Sorry to do that when you're under sheriff and sheriff don't.
I have no reason to lie about anything.
But is he's actively banned from the South, isn't he?
Who, Cassidy?
Yeah.
Or,
no, Ventura.
Not yet. I mean, the reality is.
I thought it was.
Wait,
I need to. So the no, not right now. We can talk later in the car. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate to talk right now. I filled Ventura in on what's going on, and I think that's where it needs to kind of like lay until we figure everything out.
Yeah, yeah.
Banned from being like on duty, or
no?
For reference, by the way, Ventura, because I'm sure you're thinking this.
Yeah.
Peters, who brought? Did I bring this up to you guys?
No. It wasn't. So
All right.
it wasn't. It wasn't brought up by Nino. So it wasn't brought up by Nino.
Part of it is the shit talking to Nino on the day of the funeral.
I don't
Well,
even know. I don't even fucking know.
It's. I mean, I'll address that specifically, Ventura, and I'll give you my perspective. Right. There are 4 cops that have died. There is a funeral that is proceeding. We're not even going to get into the martial bullshit that Angel pulled off, and I know, and your involvement in that. We're not even going to enter into this. Is that I'm preparing for going to a funeral for 4 officers. I'm dealing with this bullshit. We arrive, and in the midst of people speaking about their losses and asking for restraint and asking for a level of unity, there are tweets going out about the funeral being ruined and this and that in the midst of all that. And it makes you wonder, right? It makes you wonder that does this person actually care if these officers are dead or whether they're more interested in memeing on Twitter? Do you care about them? Do you care about yourself? Do you care about other future officers that may die? That in and of itself is not only unprofessional, but it's a question about, you know, your moral compass, quite frankly. So
okay, so I'll let you give your perspective.
Yeah,
I'll
go
give
ahead.
mine now. I, as an officer on this great island of ours, wake up on Saturday, day of the funeral, albeit, to noticing that you made the decision for whatever reason, I don't know, not knowing to me, I'm not going to speculate, to reduce all fines in the city by 66%.
Okay.
The result of that, which would inherently make it so that the charge in which people are given when they shoot us and or try to kill us being reduced to just
he
above
doesn't know, does
$2,000.
he?
Hold on.
Listen,
hold on.
I'm giving
Let him
perspective in the
talk.
moment.
Let him talk.
Sorry.
I'm giving perspective in the moment.
Yeah.
So perspective in the moment when it looks like to us officers is you didn't care enough to think through what that would do for everything.
Okay. Did you call me?
I'm talking. One second.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I didn't interrupt you, so I just want to keep the same energy for that.
Yeah. Go for it.
Noticing that stuff like this,
This
that
is
is
so
sort
good.
of put in place
Watch
to de-incentivize people from hurting us and or robbing us and or
Mhm.
doing sort of things to us
Okay.
while we're trying to do our job, has been beat down to his knees and subject to an insignificant fine amount. Yeah, I was pissed off. Fast forward to the funeral.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the funeral.
Can I address that first before going to the funeral?
Let me just finish my thoughts.
Okay,
So I don't
go
lose
ahead,
my
go
train of
ahead.
thought, if you wouldn't mind. Fast forward to the funeral at MRPD, as we're all standing outside the car, and I'm standing outside my car in silence, in a moment of silence, while Officer Nixon is going through a speech. I noticed that Tilly, standing next to you, is twatting out or retweeting slander about Angel on Twitter, pushing the narrative, the hate speech towards Angel on Twitter, and then I get a.
What do you?
People are
Let's not use that
hating
phrase, but
about
continue.
Yeah, hate speech is that's like racism
I mean
and shit.
I mean
you
in the
know.
sense. Sorry, I mean in the sense of hateful things being said about Angel on Twitter is what I meant. I apologize.
Okay.
Tilly
Hold on,
is,
hold on. What kind of is it hateful? Because I feel like there's like this.
Oh, wait, let him
Sorry to
finish his
interrupt.
thought. Let him finish his
Someone
thought.
move their LSPD Taurus so we can get our cars out and go patrol.
What's the badge number on it?
I don't know.
It's 409.
Yeah, I got you. That's mine.
Okay.
So
Thank you there, Mr. Hannah. Mr. Hannah, you're
yeah, things are being said about Angel. How Angel is the I don't know specifics, but of the nature of Angel is the villain. She hates us, whatever, things of that nature. So anti-Angel, I guess. Things on Twitter. I guess I could sum it up.
What is your relationship with that?
With what?
With that. Well, once you're done, I'll address it all.
Okay. So Tilly, while standing there, whilst we're having moments of silence and we're sort of paying our respects initially, pulls out her phone and is just nudging that, retweeting that. I found that disrespectful myself, so I twatted at Tilly in that moment. I said, you could at least not twat during this.
That's not what
you're
it
going to
said,
pretend to care. No, it is what I said then and there. I said, if you're going to pretend to care, at least don't twat during this. Then we fast forward to the funeral itself. Throughout the whole funeral, I didn't twat anything till the end, when I twatted at you and I said something along the lines of, Nino, you can leave now. Your PR stunt's over. I did twat that.
Where was my relationship with this?
What was your relationship? With perspective wise to me during that day.
We'll go through all. We'll go through all it because let's start from the beginning. Did you call me?
I wasn't done yet, still, but.
Oh, okay. That's why I asked.
And then fast forward to right after the funeral, within 5 minutes, I think even before you and Tilly and Moss left funeral grounds, Tilly twats out something along the lines of, don't forget, Sandy Saturday starting today, ! Which really pissed me off because we just finished a fucking funeral. Nobody fucking cares about Sandy Saturday. So then I did go off and I said a bunch of stuff. I could say what I said. I know what I said. If you care to hear it again, and I don't regret saying what I said with all context. And that's my perspective as a law enforcement officer, getting on my shift that day and seeing that fines in the city were nuked low without any thought forth, it seems, of the impact it would have on all fines in general. It just seemed like a jerk decision to...
You had assumptions. Let's leave it at that. Is that fair?
Of course, I'm allowed to interpret things.
Yeah, you're allowed to. Okay. So
same how you interpret things about me. I'm done now, but same how you make interpretations of me, I'm allowed to do.
Are you done?
I am.
Okay, beautiful. You did not call me. You got on Twitter and you stated cops are now worth one across. Now, I think anyone with a semblance of like common sense is going to know you're memeing out there and you're putting it out there in the midst of what was a conversation between Angel and myself. All right. Now, you did not call me. You did not ask for clarity. You did not bring up, if you had a problem with the fine going down, what do? You call the mayor and you say, why did it go down? Now, the specific nature of what makes this egregious is by tweeting out...
Channel 4, by the way, Den.
By tweeting out that cops are now worth one across, you have now told everyone in the city immediately that your life is worth half. Now, all of a sudden, now, even if you could make the argument that I'm making you worth less, you've now announced it to everybody in the city. Now, secondly, not once did you call me, bring up the concern, or ask why. You ran on an assumption and you started making actions on it. Now I'll give you the background, is there's a lot of conversations that you are not privy to, which ultimately resulted in these fines going back. Now, my first question to you is, did you call Angel after the fine went down?
So, now
did you?
My turn.
Did you? I'm asking for the question because then I can give you
I'm going to touch on one
to
thing
this.
you said before I answered the question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You're stating how I made it known that, officers' lives were at that value at that moment in time. My counter argument would be your state announcement stating that fines were lower to that amount in itself lets anyone with basic knowledge of math do that own conclusion on their own.
Now, when you bring down all fines, how many charges are there in the city?
I don't know the exact number.
Like
I'm not
50 to 100.
Maybe more.
Maybe more. So when you bring it down by 50%, are you specifically bringing it down on killing cops? Or is it for everything in the city, from traffic to whatever?
I don't think it's an unfair assumption for me to make that the mayor, before making this decision, had a well thought out process and went through and made sure that everything was correct before just flat out reducing everything. I think honestly, I'm sorry for talking over you there, but I think honestly, me assuming that you thought it through is better than me just thinking you made no thought to this and you just made the decision on your own. I had the faith that you at least thought about this first and you took everything to an account, all these charges, before making this flat out decision.
Okay.
And because I didn't call you to confirm it doesn't mean that doesn't mean anything in specific.
So, and this is like, if you think something has changed that is not good for the police department, wouldn't the first step be making a phone call and being like, why did you do this? Have you considered that? Why isn't that my first step you're asking? Yes.
Because I thought it was something you'd already thought through.
Are you in the future when something changes, are you going to pick up the phone call possibly?
I would hope from this point on you would think this sort of thing through. Is my answer to that. Why
not pick up a phone?
Why is it my responsibility to hold your hand through this and tell you that, hey, by the way, you're
let's be respectful. Let's be respectful.
Because you're basically asking me, why didn't I call you and point out the very obvious
you
problem?
Noticed the problem, right?
If I could notice,
you noticed the problem, but
repeatedly, how could you not notice it when making the action?
So, do you believe that communication is valuable or not valuable?
I do.
Okay. So why not communicate what you see as an issue?
I did.
To who?
To up my command, up my chain, which would have been Angel. You're not in my chain. I don't have to call you anything.
Okay.
Why do I have to call you?
Okay. So you called Angel, who then brought it up to me. Right?
Exactly.
Are you concerned that Angel changed the fines and time in the back end?
Explain what you mean by am I concerned about it?
Well,
it's an issue?
Yeah. If the DOJ is changing fines and times on their own volition.
I don't have full knowledge on what they can or can't.
But you made assumptions about what I did. Why not in this case?
I'm not going to assume Angel doesn't have the power to do that or does have the power.
But why do you think
she knows what she's doing? Exactly what I did for you. I assumed you knew what you were doing.
Okay. I see.
So whether or not Angel has the authority to change fines or did it or can,
I told you
to think. I think Angel knows what she can and can't do. And I put faith in Angel to do what she can and can do.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true.
There you go.
Okay.
Hello.
That kind of wraps the bow on this.
So because I have faith in the head justice and leader of the marshals to have knowledge
they run
of
the
what she
city
can
like
and
a
can't do.
bunch of warlords with infinite power that can change anything at a will that can't be contested.
So the point you were making, Nino, is that I didn't call you about the issue, though I called somebody else. Who called you?
Well, before going up on Twitter and advertising.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want on Twitter. As long as it's not egregious.
Well, here's what you might be missing when you are a law enforcement officer and you're making statements while on duty. Those twats, the actions that come out of it, you are held accountable to it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
So
that's for my command to decide the punishment that's needed.
Well, it goes beyond that too, right?
Right.
So if actions take place as a side effect of your actions while on duty, it is more than just your command. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm correcting your statement. Like,
so
yes, you can.
Specific hypothetical are you alluding to with this one?
There's no hypothetical.
Are you saying
your
that
statement is
me
wrong.
swatting out cops are not worth a lot of money? If a cop went and got shot because of it, it could be articulated that I'm an accessory to some extent because I made a twat making it known. Because it sounds like that's what you're alluding to some extent. And that's
it's hard to say when the marshal said that you can't look at public documents because you can get fined for it and it's illegal. So,
I don't even know what you're talking about with that one.
Wait, they didn't come down to BCSO and say it?
They didn't come down to BCSO. They only came to me and threatened to fire my department.
Well, it's possible they did. I'm not here at every moment of the day.
Oh.
No.
I assumed that they came up here as well. Okay. So there's a lot of context you're missing here, Ventura. But so
my
going
perspective.
Going back, so now we're going to the funeral now, right? Why did you think why during the procession it was worth tweeting out things about me while they're talking for unity and there's 4 officers being buried? You mentioned Tilly, but I'm not seeing the relationship here when you named me and not Tilly.
For reference, the only twat that went out at the funeral was after the procession was finished, because that's when I remember.
I saw the tweets. Well, no, because the tweets came out. I saw them. I have notifications on, and you sent 2 tweets out.
My first twat at the funeral was the one where saying "This is done now, you can leave," and that was at the end of the procession.
There was a PR stunt.
Yeah, I said this is a PR stunt. The PR stunt's over. You can leave.
So you took out your phone in the midst of the procession.
At the end of it.
The tweet.
At the end of it.
It was during it.
Okay.
I've got timestamps.
You say, I say, so it's fine.
Yeah, I got timestamps.
Okay.
So you're saying it was after the procession now?
At the end of the procession, yeah, right at the end.
Not during the procession.
Identify what procession. What do you mean by procession?
Procession
when people
is
are talking at the meeting. When people are talking at the
over their bodies, and we're all lined up, and we have the umbrellas out, and people are taking turns giving their condolences.
After people were done talking, that's when I twatted.
Was it during or after the procession?
In my opinion, it was after. I don't know. I don't know if your opinion of when.
Define when the procession ends.
Of my opinion, the procession. Listen.
Were people actively
funeral
leaving the
was
funeral?
over, in my opinion, when I twatted. If you want a hyper specific, in my opinion, when the funeral was over, I twatted. I don't know how more clear I can be on
Does
that.
the funeral? Did the funeral end when people left?
You're trying to get like a specific answer when I'm saying the funeral was done, in my opinion, when I twatted.
What made you feel like it was over?
The fact that people were leaving.
Ah.
Usually people leave when something's done, Nino.
Okay. So when these photos show that is not the case, and you've sent out these 2 tweets, you're gonna still stand by.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Of course.
All right. I wasn't expecting this to be
And are you asking again for context as to why I directed?
Yeah. Why during the procession were you sending out tweets?
Because, like I said, contextually, earlier in the day, seeing that you devalued our lives inherently with your decision, maybe not intentionally. I'm not going to say intentionally, but inherently devalued our lives on duty.
But it went back up.
You still did it though.
Okay, for 5 minutes.
If I shot someone but they didn't die, did I still shoot them?
You're making a kind of a massive leap that fines going down is targeting
leaps,
shooting
for yourself.
cops.
You like making leaps for your own narrative
which
and
leap
having own
did I make?
conversations with yourself.
What leap did I make?
Your specific answers. But when
I'm not. I was
leap,
asking you to define.
I make the same inferences. It's a problem.
What are you saying? Like, when
we
did
just went
that
into a
happen?
circle for 45 minutes to figure out what the end of a funeral is. When I
yeah, because you were dodging an answer.
I wasn't dodging an answer. You're looking for an answer that you want to hear, and you're not liking my answer. I'm not going to answer the questions with answers you want. I'm going to answer with my opinion.
No, you can, but like when you're asked, like, what do you mean by this, and you don't want to answer it, that's dodging.
I think me clarifying that I twatted at the end of the funeral is as clear cut as it can get.
Okay, all right.
I don't think there's any confusion.
Okay, you know what?
That.
So what? So you are standing by that? You believe I reduced the fines across the city so that cops will get shot.
Not what I said. I don't know why you're putting that.
That's why I'm asking the question.
That's you pushing
because that's what,
same way.
No, bitch. Listen.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
No, let me finish the response.
Nino,
is
like this or not? You're nothing
I'm
up here.
asking
you're a
this.
Citizen up here. So
I'm
don't call me a bitch
asking.
In my
I am
okay?
asking.
The same way.
I am asking you.
When you asked me if I just said I don't like Moss as
listen,
a chief, when
Ventura,
my statement
I genuinely believe you're retarded.
Needs BCSO's
all right, if I'm going to be honest.
In the South. I said the LSPD needs BCSO's help in the South.
And it's very obvious to, I think, anyone who's listening.
I said, you can ask them for that if you want to hear their side. And you said, so what you're saying is Chief Moss is a bad chief. That is not what I said. That? Don't put words in my mouth. Stop trying to put words in my mouth. Stop trying to push your own narrative because you think you're always right and you're never wrong.
Who, based on what?
I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I know what's true. I know what happened. You can fight me on that every day. You can try to push me out of your fucking city all you want. Try
Where
to
is
come
this
up
coming
with any
from?
random fucking complaints.
Where's this coming
that are
from?
Against me. They're not
you're
fucking
shaking
true.
right now.
Hit me.
You're shaking.
Hit me with facts.
You're shaking
lies.
on me
because
saying.
You think you're so right. You think you're so smart. But you're not making sense.
He is pretty intelligent. I'm going to be honest.
Right.
Sweetheart.
Just because you're
the reason
a trained psychologist.
Ventura, listen.
Go ahead.
The reason I said, and this is very normal in conversations, is you said something, and I told you, are you saying that because I reduced it by 50%, that it's inferring I did so to kill cops is not to put words in your mouth, all right? It's what adults do to say, is this what I believe? Is this what you are saying? So it gives you an opportunity to correct it. There's a difference.
What part about me saying your
no. Just you don't get into an argument about it. Go and clarify this.
I'm clarifying you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm doing.
All right.
When I said your decision to reduce fines inherently, and I clarified, I'm not going to say you intentionally did it for this. I said your decision inherently reduced the value of cops' lives. I said that was my statement. Do you agree?
Okay. Right. So,
then you asked me. But then you asked me. You said, so what you're saying is I lowered the cost of fines or to devalue cops' lives. That's literally what you asked me to confirm.
Okay.
When you just agreed that's not what I said.
Okay.
I don't understand how that's your question.
So the reason that's asked is you're taking because you believe inherently cops' lives went down by 50%, that is the reason that you sent out those tweets. Am I correct here?
I said because contextually, no, I'll clarify that for you for sure.
Okay. I'm trying to understand how you went from here all the way over there.
Answer your question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer the question. I said contextually, your actions.
What do you mean
inherently
contextually?
Contextually to Saturday, my thought process of Saturday, because that's what you're asking.
Okay.
What made me send those tweets?
I don't think he knows what that word means.
Yes.
Sorry, say again.
I said you're asking what was my mindset on Saturday to send those tweets.
Okay,
right?
where's Nino at? Are we leaving?
I'm right over here.
Oh, fuck.
Do we
I'm
still need
blind
to
as
talk
that.
about this? Because the thing is, Peters is walking over here. This was mostly for Peters.
I mean,
to
no,
get, right? Because you don't have to defend yourself with me,
your mind is pretty made up.
Yeah, mine is made up on what? I mean, you do remember that the reason you haven't
conversations with yourself, Nino, not to really get to a point.
Well, hold on.
I don't know why you're saying these things.
Hold on a second. Ventura,
I'm just saying that he's the one that was supposed to be hearing it. I don't.
Yeah. So before you shoot yourself in the foot, listen. The Second Amendment in our Constitution is the right to free speech.
Yeah.
You are 100% allowed to voice your opinion, but there's a difference between misconduct and freedom of speech. So when you have a job, freedom of speech does not cover misconduct. I think that's the issue that we're kind of like looking at right now, and. So that's ultimately like what's going on. It's like, is it professional? No. Should you be doing it? No. Obviously you can air your grievances out. People are literally entitled to their political opinion and vote for whoever they want. That's one of the great things about America. But when you work for the government, the issue is, you have all these other things that come into play. So ultimately, I mean, that's pretty much it at this point.
And like I said, if my command or the command of the PD wanted to issue punishments, I will always take a punishment.
No, I know.
I feel like I would deserve one if they wanted to give one. Though I'm just saying I don't regret what I said, but I will take whatever punishment comes.
100%. I need to figure out what the fuck is going on with everything that comes forward, because I personally know a lot of things will get brought up about people that are blown out of fucking, they're blown into epic proportion, and before anybody actually looks into it, the officer's then disciplined, as I have dealt with that in the past myself. Therefore, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But we are kind of fucking
all good. And whatever convo you want to have about anything, let me know, and I'll be willing to have it.
And listen, I'm leaving it at this. I don't know what you think I think about you, right? But I'm down to talk more. But like I said, the original reason that we were having this is so Peters can hear it.
Okay.
So
no problem.
I just, I think in the future, if there's an issue with any decisions I'm making down in my county, you can pick up the phone and we can talk through it, right? But if all of a sudden shits are going to Twitter and you're doing this and you're doing that, you also have to understand that I'm also going to have my opinions about it, right? But I'm speaking to you as I'm willing to speak with anyone that gives me a call, so we can, if there are issues, I'm here to try to sort that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just one last question. Were you the one that brought up the toll legislation up the bones?
What do you mean?
Okay. Do you know anything about it?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Nino.
Let's get out there.
Hey, Nino, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, let me give you a call in a little bit. Just kind of handling some things.
Okay, I'm gonna text you something. I just need a number shot over to me. Okay.
All right. Bye.
All right.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Catch up. Hey, Malachi.
Hello.